Hey guys, welcome back. This is a very much anticipated episode with Dr. Zombrain, also known as Seth.
With your co-host. Listen, we've done this like 3 times now, Seth. You got it right last time. Why are you failing this time again? Finish the intro before you start saying words. Like,
No.
I'm sure they've read the title. They know this is long anticipated. Finish your info, and then we can get to the fun stuff. I'm JJ, aka Junior Wolf. This is our rant.
Yeah. This is a very much anticipated episode of Hytale. But first, I have a few things I just want to quickly spitball here at the beginning. First of all, I want to mention CES did happen. I want to let the audience know we know that. That will be next week's episode. This game just kind of came out, and last week's episode was pre-recorded, so like we've kind of been away, and Hytale's out now. So that's the first thing. Second thing, I've talked about this game. JJ came over. JJ, is Ball X Pit not amazing?
It's actually really good. I hadn't looked at any actual gameplay after he told me about it. So he's just like, hey, you want to play this game? I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And no, it's actually a really good game. Like, I don't know how you turn basically Pong, I guess it's Breaker. It's more like Breaker. You know, like you send the ball up and you break the tiles, stuff like that. It's basically Breaker. I don't know how you turn that into like an awesome looking RPG, but somehow they did that, and it's not even bad. Like, honestly.
Yeah. Next thing, this isn't like super important, but like this is just kind of interesting. Did you see, I know you don't watch them, you didn't grow up with these guys. Did you see what happened with FaZe last week?
Oh, what happened?
FaZe is no more. Not the esport, but all the content creators left. FaZe Jev, Rain, like all of them have left.
Wow.
FaZe is an like content creation organization is just done for.
That's wild.
Obviously, you didn't grow up with them. I did. But like just for what they did for the gaming space, that's kind of like crazy. Like that's why I want to mention that they've done a lot for gaming. So I want to call that out. Then join the Discord because, I announced Hytale. And then finally, coming very soon, but we got to play Hytale, and also we have other stuff covered. Terraria 1.4.5. We'll be finally doing a Terraria episode after like 4 years. Sometime after January 27th, that is the release date. I put in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord to know when, like, we're going to try to post news and just have conversations with us about all these types of games. But that's without further ado. Let's get on to Hytale. That was the news.
Yes. Let's go. This has been so exciting. So we are recording this. It is Saturday, right? And it came out, what was it?
Saturday, 7:31 p.m. because this is the type of game that announcements drop every few hours. So I had to say what time because literally that day they posted stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, they put out like the update today, like the first big update. And they literally, in the same tweet as the update announcement, he's like, and now we're working on update number 2. Like, already, we are working on the next update, which will probably be out in the next few days, which is, like, crazy. So, yes, we are recording this on Saturday. The game came out on Tuesday. We have been playing it pretty much nonstop since. I don't know about you. I've, like, taken maybe 2 detours to play other games, but it's been, like, for an hour each because I wanted to go back to Hytale.
It's not really against Hytale. I was busy, and the one server I made had a Call of Duty event, so I played some zombies. The one snipers found me out, so I did take a day away, but I also didn't want to burn myself out, so I thought it would be good to just take 1 day away, because I'm going to come back, and especially on Tuesday, I'm off. I will be streaming for like 12 hours straight. I have a lot of plans for that, and then afterwards start exploring some other features and mechanics, which we'll talk about later in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been playing a lot.
Yes. So Seth made a list. I did not make a list. I'm winging it. This is going to be really fun. Just for a little bit of context, though, I was there on like release hour. I guess Seth was there too. He had to go though. I had a day off. So I played it literally all of like launch day. And you played for a couple hours and then had to go? 5 hours?
I played it for like an hour and a half. Then I went and I came back and I played till 1 a.m. So I got like 5 to 7 hours or something day one. It was great. And then obviously we're here. So I have a few main points and then they have some key points underneath. I think the first thing is we could talk about exploring and just how expansive the world is and all the stuff to do. Because there is so much, and then we can go in depth on some of the stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
So, I just have like explore as one of my key points. And there's so much need to explore in this game. And that is one thing that I think Minecraft have. So, obviously, we're talking about Hytale. We should probably say this. If you've somehow been living under a rock, what Hytale is.
Yeah.
It is a game made by Hypixel Studios. Hypixel Studios made Hypixel, one of the biggest Minecraft servers of all time, the current biggest. And it has been a rocky development cycle, to say the least. I actually posted a video on what is Hytale, if you want to go like watch that on my channel and you want like a big breakdown if this is the first you're hearing about Hytale. But it is finally out after 8 years of development. Older version though. Early access, it is super buggy. The version that we got, that they got, was actually 4 years old, and a lot of the features that we currently have were built from November, including the memory system, which we'll talk about in a minute. First of all, JJ, what do you think about that? The memory system was built from November.
Now, listen, okay, so I was literally thinking about this in the car today. That seems crazy, right? Like, it seems absolutely wild that that could happen. But if you really think about it, we have just been desensitized to how easy this stuff is. Not to, like, undermine, like, the stuff they've achieved, but, like, this kind of development is a lot easier than people expect, simply because we have been kept to the standard of AAA studios and them having to go through so many processes to put out a simple update that, like, we expect it to take several months to do small features. It really doesn't. Like, a lot of games, especially indie games, were made in a very quick time. Like, features were done in a week. Like, big features. Like, Expedition 33, it didn't actually take that long to develop. They were just building a lot of different stuff, and textures take a lot of time and stuff like that. Features are not that hard. And so, it seems crazy to us that they built that in a couple months, but in reality, that, like, the memory system alone probably took them like a week. And then they moved on to other stuff that they wanted to have in for launch.
Yeah, but no, that's one big thing that is a huge benefit about this game as well. It's the fact that it's not owned by shareholders. They can do whatever they want, and it's so good. So let's talk about the memory system, because that is honestly was shocking to me with the type of game it is. When I started playing and we got to the temple and just opening up, first of all, what did you think of that temple, the broken temple, the floating island world?
So I didn't know that there was going to be any sort of temple. I don't think a lot of people knew, but going in, I just kind of expected to start out like a typical Minecraft world, right? You literally just start like surviving. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I see like in the corner, there's like a quest thing. And I'm like, hold on, what? And then I look at my compass, I see like the portal thing. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So obviously I went there as soon as I could. I went and got some pretty good materials first. Like I got all the way up to iron before I went in. But I killed the golem pretty easily. And then going through the portal, it was like, holy cow. This, like, just this zone shows what this team can do. Like, they're crazy builders, and that is shown too in just like the Hypixel lobbies. Like, just the stuff that they achieve just in their hub worlds is insane. And so seeing this, I was like, this is going to be such an amazing game.
So I tried playing a little bit of Hypixel, and the resource pack wasn't working. Just go look up some Skyblock, Hypixel Skyblock. Look at the bosses, look at dungeons, and just look at how it's literally its own game. But now they have their own engine to run it on. And it's, like, because somebody in my chat when I was streaming earlier actually asked, like, what makes this different? And I pretty much said it's Minecraft. It's more Terraria, right? But it's Minecraft, but instead of having, like, the awful optimization, like, yes, you need you can play 100 mods and make it great, but 20 of those 100 are to make the game run. This game just runs, and it has half of those quality of life features.
Yeah.
But the memory system. So pretty much what happens is once you get there, by the way, that's smart that you did iron. I went there straight away, and having like a crude sword was not enough. I ended up just getting a bow and arrow. But actually, fun fact, those enemies will respawn. not respawn, regenerate if you disengage. So I tried to shoot it, run up, shoot it, but it was regenning health every time. So you have to stay down there and fight it. I just was running away from it. Now it's easy with my thorium, but...
Which is... I want to quickly hear, because we're kind of on the topic. When it comes to that sort of gameplay, we're used to it because, once again, of Minecraft, where you can kind of cheese basically every enemy in the game, but they have explicitly gone out of their way to say that that is not how they want this to play. They are going to be treating this like an RPG, so they want to give every enemy sort of systems in place that are going to stop you from being able to actually cheese its combat.
And I'm okay with that. Fully.
Because I like it. Like, they've already, in this first update, they already said, like, a lot of the fire mobs down below, they don't burn anymore, which makes sense. I mean, they're like literally fire mobs. And then they said the golem itself, they have updated so that its attacks are a little bit different and more unique, and they do a little bit more damage, is a little tougher.
Yeah, I know. I did just, the earth one, right? I did just fight it, and I did a spin attack. I don't remember that originally. It did like
I do remember a spin attack, but it didn't do it often, and it didn't, like, it was really easy to block.
Yeah, no, I think it blocked like 2 or 3 times. So like it definitely like removes your stamina, which we'll talk about that when we get to the combat. But now that the memory system, so you get there, you unlock it, and then every enemy or creature that you interact with will unlock a memory. And with that, there's actually unlockables that you can get, from crafting recipes to vanity type of stuff that you have to get through unlocking. And that just makes the gameplay so much better, because everything you do in every new zone gives you a purpose. Like, the moment I started exploring the snow biome and the desert biome, I just shot up on my stuff. It's
like every new biome you just get a ton.
So exploration just for memories is a great thing. But it's also so different per biome. Like, when you go to the desert, you have the dual wield skeletons instead of like plain ones. They're harder, but they're different. It's not just a reskin. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
Minecraft. Makes it very fulfilling to explore. You like this game. I've seen, this is one of the things I put down, what I've seen a few people say. This game very much feels alive. The world feels alive.
Absolutely. And like, this is probably the least alive that it's ever going to feel, because right now, not only, like, we have probably, maybe, I don't know exactly how much because they haven't given us a number, but I would bet we probably only have about half the mobs that they probably want in the game, whether it be like enemies or friendly mobs. We probably don't have all of them. We have a lot, but not all of them. And so as of right now, it feels the least alive that it's going to feel. And still, like, exploring this world is so much more fun and, like you said, fulfilling than exploring a Minecraft world, because you're seeing different things where you go. You know, it's not just like, here's the same cow in every biome. It's like, okay, so instead of like grizzly bears here, we have polar bears in the ice biome. Like, they are the same kind of, but look different and behave differently.
The what's the one, the moss bear? It's not a bear though. It's not hostile. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what it's called?
The moss bear.
It's more like a cow. You can milk it too. It's water.
Like, yeah, it looks like a bantha from Star Wars.
So, fun fact, did you know you can milk it for green milk? And did you
today?
You can transform, which is so crazy. So, I just want to call out too, again, if you guys don't know what Hytale is or don't know what it's capable of, I've been seeing so much for this game, it's insane, or just, I don't know if it's rage bait or people generally don't know, because I think a lot of people really don't know, because it's getting so much publicity, but they don't actually know what Hytale is. Because I saw multiple people, or the same tweet retweeted, saying, can it do this? And it's a Ben 10 mod. And I'm like, the base game already has morphing. And I saw, Diddy, you're ready for this? Are you ready for this? With the coding that you can do in the creative, I saw somebody make their own block, their own ore, that spawns when water interacts with lava. So it has liquid physics, and they made it in 2 minutes.
I saw one little clip where somebody was saying, like, this game is already going to be so much more dynamic than Minecraft simply because every block in the game can be waterlogged. Which means like literally, you know how doors, like water doesn't flow through doors in Minecraft? Well, doors can be waterlogged now. That doesn't mean it's going to flow through the door. That means when you open the door, water will flow in the crack, not through the actual door itself, in the crack. And then when you shut the door, that water will be blocked again.
Okay, let's keep going because there's just so much, and honestly, just all this is just making me giving me goosebumps because this is so exciting and it's so good. It is so good. So exploring different per biome. That's kind of all I have. But then there's with the things to do, especially in exploring. It's very much more like Terraria. It is like Minecraft. That's what it inspired it, but it's very much more like Terraria in gameplay. It's more like an RPG. One of the biggest things with that is the crafting stations. There's a lot.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
First of all, do you have a problem with that? Because I've seen some people saying that they're not happy with that, but I don't think it's the end of the world, especially since you don't need all of them.
You don't have a problem with it. Here's my catch though. As long as they don't add more. Because I could see as they add stuff, like they're wanting to add another crafting bench. But if this is like our full like list of crafting benches, this is perfect. I love this. Everything feels like it makes sense to be in each thing's category. Like the magic stand, yes. Totems, stabs, portals, that makes total sense. If you go over to like the builder's workbench or the furniture workbench, like those make sense to me. As long as they don't add another one with an update, I feel like this will be just fine.
I think the only catch to that would be if it is an entirely new biome or planet and it has a new workbench for stuff there, maybe. Like, yes, you could upgrade the armor one to like level 5, or maybe it's a level 1 second, like nether armor. You know what I mean? So then that I could see depending on how high we go. Because the thing is, if we keep adding stuff to these, it can get cluttered because then you have 15 armor sets in one.
I mean, there's still a way to kind of keep it the same though. Like you could easily make it with the whole like workbench upgrade system. You could make it a branching path. Like choose, do you want to go down the path that's going to give you like this otherworldly armor, or do you want to go down the path that's going to keep you on like Orbis kind of armor? You know, like branch those upgrades. That way it's still the same bench and you don't have to add a whole other bench into your crafting system, but you still have to work up to it through the basic tiers in order to get there.
And then theoretically you could have two. You can have both, but it's still only one like initial block.
Yeah, it's still the same bench.
I like that idea. I think I
really hope they kind of make it so that the upgrades stay on the bench, though, because when you break the bench, all of your upgrades disappear, which is annoying to me because I moved everything and I lost all of the progress that I made. And some of them, I don't think you get all of them back.
I'm not sure. I haven't done too much. From what I've heard, it's all of them, but they weren't super high level. But the biggest thing also is time. Like you just have to sit a minute or two to get back to level 3 or 4. I will say some of them, I don't mind having a lot of levels. Do you know how high the farmer's workbench goes? It's level 10.
Wow.
It is max level 10. I understand having 1 or 2 levels. Some of them, their base level is 1 and that's max. 10 levels is crazy. And do you know what you get for 10th level? A plushie. It's a legendary plushie. It's legendary rarity, and it's a plushie, and it's so great. It's So the other thing I have written down somewhere, there's some trophies type of things like that. So let's see, workbenches. Along with just the vast like variety of workbenches, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute. Another thing to explore along with the World Gen V2, the portals to it. Have you explored this at all?
So, we're talking about like the thing where you have to make the crystal and the stand. So I have it. Is that functional? Is it working?
Yes, I've been to multiple.
Because I crafted a crystal. I put it on the portal, and there was like some message in chat saying that something wasn't working or something, and then the portal never appeared. So I just kind of figured that feature wasn't done yet.
I think
I might have just put it in, and it just didn't work. So I mean, I guess that tells me I can try again because I have all the materials to create the other 3.
Yeah, it might have just bugged out. I think I've been in all of them. In creative, I have not crafted all of them. It might have just bugged out. I will say it's definitely glitchy, and it will remove your crystal. So every time you use it, it will remove. But with that, it shows World Gen V2, and some of them are amazing. Because one of them, it spawns you like a desert, and you need thorium for it. But then there's a chance of wizard towers. And the one when I explored in creative had 2 of them. I think I got 30 thorium from both. Like you could just farm thorium if you're lucky. But then when I made it in my survival, I didn't have any wizard towers. So it is a chance. So I got like 3 thorium out of it. And
it's one of those, like, it's almost like a dungeon where you have to like go out of your way to prepare for it and then go in like ready to go. And you just kind of do that over and over, grinding for materials.
The other hard thing is it is time. I only had 6 minutes. And a lot of that was just traversing. So maybe I saw there's a glider. I don't know what's in survival, what's in creative, like all that kind of stuff. There's also potions. So I definitely could have used a stamina potion, which would have helped to get across the area better. But yeah, no, there is a lot to explore there. I won't go too much into it if you haven't explored it yet, because it is absolutely something you want to do yourself. It is breathtaking. And just going through all the worlds and thinking that this is just what the game's gonna be blows my mind. World Gen V2 is so good.
It's gonna be awesome. Before we get too much away from exploration, how do you feel about those regular teleporters, like just the portals that you get to place down?
So do you know what's so funny is that's actually the next thing I have on my list.
Lovely.
Teleporters. And I love the way they work. I think it is an amazingly balanced idea. I do wonder how it fully works because I haven't had the materials to make more past what it says. So I don't know like how it works. But I think it is a great balance because the fact that you need thorium to even make the crafting bench to get there means it is not early game, but it's also not hard, right? You don't need you don't need to make like a level 5 crafting bench to make this. So
yeah. It's definitely a good point to allow you to get them, because that's why I finally started exploring, because I knew I wouldn't have to trek all the way back. The way I have it set up right now, I have it one at my house, and I can select where I want to go from all the other teleporters I've placed. So like I basically have one in every biome just in case I need to go there for materials or exploration. So I do have a lot of options as of right now, and I really, really like that. I don't know. I wish it was a little different in the sense that, like, I don't know. I kind of want like a magic mirror sort of thing where I don't have to place a teleporter down and leave it there to get home. I kind of just want a way to get back without having to anchor something there. Because now if I want to go and pick up one of my teleporters to put somewhere else, I have to go there, mine it, and then walk all the way back home. And if I trekked super far, that's a lot of time, especially with limited mobility items in the game.
I get that, but I do think there's I don't know, because it's the idea of like both Minecraft and Terraria. Terraria that's very nice, but at the same time, it isn't with what Minecraft has become. I almost don't mind it because Minecraft has so many like cheesy things you can do, especially with the Elytra movement and like teleporters. I don't want you to go explore just to be able to like do /home just to use an item to go back. I think if we did have something like a magic mirror, I think it should require mana. Like you have to use mana every time. So you need to get to a mana armor set, and then that's when you can unlock that.
See, from the looks of things, though, they're probably going to have mana from the start. It's just going to be like Terraria, where you have like 1 star worth of mana, and then you just kind of work up from there. So
I have 0. I don't know. You need armor.
Yes. Well, right now, there's nothing. Like, there's no magic items. You can't use magic. There's no magic system. Like, you're sure you can craft the staffs, but they don't do anything. Like, they literally do nothing. So, as right now, it's probably 0 because there's no magic system.
Okay. Then maybe that's how it is. So maybe you just need a certain amount. So maybe if you start with 10, you need 20. So you need to upgrade your mana before you can use it. Because I think base teleporters, because right now I have one at my first home. I have one at a temple, and that temple also has like my dungeon spawner. I have one at my home, and I have one just...
You could also just make it hard to craft. Like, you could just make it like a super demanding kind of item. Like, you have to have a bunch of rare magical things. Like, the teleporters, they cost Azure Kelp to create, which is like a magic plant that you only find in a certain biome. I've noticed that those plants, like not that specific one, but magical plants in general, exist in each biome. So maybe you have to go to each biome and collect every single one and then bring it back and combine it with like some rare metals and stuff to create the mirror. That way you will have already had to have gone to every place in Orbis in order to create this thing that's just going to make it easier for you to explore instead of giving you an out for exploring.
That wouldn't be bad. And I think if you had a high, not just like the plants, but you also had a high tier ore, specifically the mithril or whatever they are, like a magical ore, not just because it's high tier, but because it's like magically infused instead of just for it. I think that can be, because I just don't want it to be as easy as this one. Like, I want it to be a little bit harder because, yes, I understand what you mean, but at the same time, you should have to worry about how to get home. Like, when you go exploring, there's risk to exploring because you might die. You can't just go back home. Like in Terraria, Terraria is great, but it's such a cop-out. I'm about to die with all my gold, teleport home, I'm in my base, and I drop my gold at my spawn. And so with that drop items, being part of this, I don't want just being able to go home as an item being a cop-out type of thing.
Yeah.
But I do like them, and like, so right now one of them is just kind of far away, so I can just chop down trees. I'll probably, when I make my new world with mods and stuff, I will have one at my base. I'll have one near spawn and the temple, and then I'll have one like super far away in like a desert or a snow biome to get easy wood for chests and stuff and the snow biome, and then one in the desert. And the desert's generally pretty close to the hell biome as well. But yeah, I like that, and it makes it so much easier. It's like the pylons. It's like pylons, and I think it works great for this type of game. What time are we at, by the way?
27. Can you still not see it? Because the UI totally updated again.
I cannot see anything.
Lovely. All right.
Okay. That's great. We love this. And then finally, for things to do, the world feels alive. So there's that. The other two categories I have are building and combat. Which one do you want to go into first?
Let's go into combat.
Okay. Again, preface that it is more like Terraria. It is more of an RPG. So don't expect Minecraft, where, by the way, the people are saying which has better combat, Hytale or Minecraft. Minecraft, you spam click. That was the peak of combat. I don't know what you mean peak combat. Have you seen PvP in this game? Have you seen any PvP clips?
It's insane.
Bro, my one friend that I was playing with in multiplayer, oh, that's right. We have to talk about multiplayer as well. My one friend was just dueling his friend for a while, and it was insane. The clips I've seen of just the parrying, it's insane. When we get Sky Wars in this game, oh my god.
It's going to be awesome.
So,
but no, this is probably my favorite part of the game so far. And I will say, once again, most of what I have played was pre the combat changes that they've now implemented as of today. But I was playing on like the pre-release for the past 2 days, which means I did get to try it out a little bit. I liked it before. I'm not a huge fan of the changes that they've made, simply because of kind of how the AI works and how damage works as of now. I have Cobalt Armor or Cobalt and Thorium, like that kind of tier, and then I'm using the equivalent in daggers, and I feel like I'm doing nothing to basically every enemy. Like, just regular attacks are so weak. I have to hit them like 100 times to kill them, and they only need to hit me 3 times to like basically completely kill me. And I can't heal fast enough because both drinking potions and eating food takes a long time, and it slows me down so I can't run away while eating, meaning they can catch up to me and continue to hit me, which cancels my food and stops me from healing. So it just feels like there's nothing I can do to actually counter a lot of the damage that I'm taking. blocking isn't really viable anymore either. Like before, it only took stamina if you actually got hit, but now just the action of putting up your daggers takes a little bit of stamina. So I can't try and block if I'm also trying to do charge attacks because I have no stamina left over to block.
Okay, I guess I haven't played too much then. I haven't had too many problems, but I just wonder if I was playing which version.
Just it kind of feels like at the level that I'm at, it feels like I should be able to hold my own in combat, but it honestly just still feels like I'm playing without any armor and with basic daggers, you know?
I will say my biggest thing when it comes to the combat, like the flaw, is I just think they're a little too fast. I think it's rough that I'm running at full speed and now the berries doesn't give me stamina boost, stamina regen. But even like when I had that, it was hard to run away from bears and a lot of enemies. I think obviously the AI is a problem. It is early access. There are a lot of things with the AI and how these things work with each other that are not finalized. They were just kind of thrown together to make sure they could run, not well, but that the enemies can walk around or something. So like a lot of that type of stuff will change. Guaranteed.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all the negatives I have right now. It needs more balancing, but obviously this is early access and they're going to balance it later. I'm just looking forward to that because the rest of the combat is amazing. The visuals are awesome. You feel so cool fighting enemies.
Not even combat. I think that's another thing we have to award Hytale for. Not only its art style is great, I personally really enjoy it. Now, do I think there's a chance that I have a resource pack eventually? Yeah. Not to necessarily turn it into Minecraft, but there's definitely a few things that I might change. Not like a full overall resource pack, but maybe the trees or some animals or something. But the art style, the art direction is amazing. And with that, the animations in this game are amazing. It's fluid. How much do you love the fact that you could jump up 4 blocks and just climb over it?
Oh, it's so nice, dude. So in a lot of scenarios, I was like, oh, I gotta pull out my blocks because I have to like pull myself up in order to climb. And then I'm like, hold on, let me just try and jump this. And I'm jumping like a 4-block gap up and just mantling. Like, it's insane.
Too, and you can climb.
It's just so nice and it adds so much to the movement.
Did you also know you could slide? I didn't know that till today.
Yeah.
It's a little awkward to press because it's left control, which is my pinky for shift. So like it's a little awkward to press, but you can slide. That's pretty cool. But anyway, combat. Combat has so much. There right now is, I forget who I was talking. I think it was my friend I was playing online with. Right now, melee is the main class. There are a few ranged options, and there's the few 2 magic staffs. But really, melee is the most fleshed out, and I can't wait to see not just melee be better, but to have magic and ranged, because that is one of my favorite parts of Terraria, and that adds replayability. The fact that I can play with all of these classes and completely beat the game with just these classes. Right now, melee is the most. Magic, there's nothing. Have you used some in creative, though? Have you used some of this?
I have not run into creative at all yet. I was wanting to discover as much as I could in survival first and then go into creative and look at things because I wanted, the full experience of discovery that I could get. And then once that was done, I was going to look at all the things that aren't necessarily implemented into the whole loop yet and, those different things.
Okay, so if you have not scrolled through, so JJ, I just want to let you know that we're in good hands. He's just looking through the melee. There's probably another not just melee, looking through the honestly, just melee. There's probably another 100 melee weapons in the game.
Dang.
Like there's one-handed swords, right? There's two-handed. There's a katana on all these different rarities. There's zombie hands. There's burnt zombie hand. There's skeleton arms, right? There's all of these different weapons. There's maces, two-handed maces. There's spears that you throw. I don't know if you can collect it. It's just how creative works, but you can throw. There's so much more options for melee weapons and just all of them.
Nice.
There is, I think, another 5 types of arrows, but you can only use the crude ones. They don't even work with those. There's a gun, I guess. I don't think you can get it in survival. The gun still requires crude arrows. But let's just start with some magic. Magic's there. Most of what I've seen, it's really just you kind of shoot a bolt, like the ore ones from Terraria. Nothing too crazy, but that one, I think magic is the most unfinished right now.
Yes. I mean, like I said, you can create 2 different staffs in survival right now, but literally their description is work in progress and they do nothing. Like, you can do like the charging animation for them, but then when you release, nothing happens and it just gives you the like doo-doo sound effect. Like, oh, that's broken.
So let's go to the range then. There are a few different types of bows, and with that there's one crossbow and there is one type of arrow. Crude arrow, very basic. And then there is just your main bows, right? How are we feeling about bows?
I'm honestly enjoying them so far. Like, I've just used the main bows and it's simple, but I really like it. Like, especially, and I know we'll probably talk about this a little bit too, the models for the bows just look awesome. Just like seeing in my life roll out, it's like they're 3-dimensional, like even the pullbacks look sick. Like you can hit block with them and just that looks awesome.
It's so good. The most I've gone up to is thorium, but the crossbow is arguably the best thing in the game right now.
I've seen so many people using it too.
The crossbow works completely differently. So the normal bow, first of all, also all these from now on, all the weapons we talk about, they'll also have an ultimate ability along with their normal ones. So the main ability is you shoot it and you can fully charge it back. And you fully charge it back. It doesn't really do much. I think it does extra damage or range or something, but it's not like special. It's just how a bow works. But then the ultimate is you shoot 3 arrows at once. Not gonna lie, it's not very good. The ultimate. Because it does less damage. Like, if it did the damage that a normal arrow would do, great. But like when I was using the iron one, I'm hitting like 20, but then I'm only hitting like 12 with my 3 shots. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's not the best, but I mean, it's something, and it's something to build off of too. I'm kind of hoping that eventually they'll make it like per rarity, that ability will change. They can keep it the same for the category. So like regular bows do that 3 arrow shot, but like maybe thorium bows inflict poison because that seems to be kind of the trend for thorium stuff, or inflicts ice.
Or that could be really cool. Again, early access, these are very basic. Things will change, things will be added. And then the crossbow. The crossbow, you rapidly charge 6 arrows and you hold it, and you could just spam 6 shots. And sometimes I'm doing 27 damage, which is pretty good. And then you rapidly can reload 6. And that ultimate ability is it just does 1 shot of a lot of extra damage. I think I hit like 4, which isn't too bad. But it's just because it's so fast. The only problem is it's only an iron. So I think if you get to mithril, is that the highest?
Mithril is in survival, but you cannot craft it because one specific item, I think it's called storm leather. You cannot get that as of right now, at least not that anybody's found. I think mithril does spawn in the devastated lands, and as far as I know, void hearts do drop from the nighttime enemies, but I haven't gotten any. But yeah, like all of those items are there, just not the storm leather. And so you can create all the way up to adamantite, but not mithril.
Gotcha. So that's kind of range. There's going to be a lot to that when we get our guns, when we get other types of crossbows, raries, stuff like that. And then also the other types of arrows and ammunition, which will also add a lot to it. But let's get to melee, which I think is kind of what's been the most fleshed out to this point. It still has a lot of room for growth. But it's definitely the one that's been thought out. First of all, before we get into the specific like categories, how much stuff have you got from loot? Because like I
have gotten a lot of melee weapons from loot.
Just the tier weapons, right? Like other than just crude and iron or something, I've gotten a lot.
A lot of the stuff that I have gotten from loot is basically an exact equivalent to stuff you can craft. It's just the model is different, but it's really cool to see that there is other drops in here, and I'm sure they're going to like change it and make it unique later. Because like right as of now, I'm using the Doomed Outlander daggers, which is basically an exact equivalent to the Cobalt daggers, but it's cool looking, like it's a different model. So I was like, I'll totally use that instead.
I was using a butt sword for a while from the desert, and that was pretty much the same as like a thorium. It wasn't anything fancy.
Yeah.
But it's also
Yeah, I have gotten like spears and stuff though too in the game. Like I got a spear from
the spear.
I think so, yeah. I think I broke it because it was like literally garbage. Like it didn't do any damage whatsoever, but I'm pretty sure I got that. And I got it said club. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be an equivalent to a mace or if that is a whole nother type, but I got a club.
I'm looking here. I think clubs are like maces, but one-handed. Yes, so the clubs are one-handed. That's honestly been my biggest problem with the melee, is I'm only really using the sword because I want to use the shield with it, and none of the melee weapons other than the sword allow for it, because all of them are handed. But yeah, so we have the normal sword. Let's just start with that. So you have the normal sword, you swing it.
Yep.
But then your ultimate is you kind of like, not ultimate, your charge attack. They have like charge attacks. And the charge attack kind of like pushes you forward and like stabs. It's pretty good. I wish it like could almost guarantee break their arm, like break their defense or something.
Yeah, like crack their, that would be good. That's a good change that I think should be implemented.
But then you have your ultimate ability, which you just kind of like swing around and do some good. You swing around and then you do a dash like into them, and it does some pretty good damage. Also, question for you with the ultimate: how do you feel about it going away the moment you deselect the item? So the ultimate, you have to keep using normal or charge specifically. I don't know. I think you have to use the charge attack or just normal use it, but the moment you go away, the progress to your ultimate resets. So that means if you have
I don't like that.
That's my problem. It's not even the bad idea. It's the fact that if I have to eat food because I'm low, well, now I can't use my ultimate to get out of that. So it's like, I think you should hold it maybe for a few seconds, maybe not infinitely, but you should be able to like eat food or take a potion or something and not.
Yeah, and almost always end up not being able to use the ultimate simply because of that fact, where I'll like switch away either to like use my bow or to heal, and I'll just not be able to use it. I have to charge it all back up again.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the swords. Next up, we have some maces. So I'm just in creative so I can look at all this. So let's see. The iron mace. So maces are two-handed. They're like heavy weapons. You charge attack and you just do one big round pound. And then the ultimate, I think, is a spin thing too, right?
I think so, yeah.
Just one big spin. It's not like too fancy, but it's cool. There's a lot of options for it. Anything you want to say about the mace?
Not particularly. I mean, here's the thing with the mace and the battle axe. They feel like the same weapon to me. Like, I know they behave a little differently. One's a little heavier than the other, so it's slower. But like, all in all, they feel like they could be interchangeable to each other. Even like the charge attacks and stuff feel really similar.
The battle axe, I think, is much better because it just kind of charges you forward. I do think that's a little bit better, but it's nothing too crazy. I think the ultimate's also just a spin.
Yeah.
Again, early access. This is not the final version. They're probably all the same coded. That's probably why they feel the same. They just wanted us to give some extra options. But then I think the final weapon, right? And like the one that's most unique is the daggers.
Yes. The daggers are
here's the Doom
to play around with.
Wait, you said the Doomed Outlaw daggers?
No, the Doomed Outlander daggers.
Oh, it is Outlander. My bad. These look fire. These look great.
Yeah, they look awesome. By the way, I do want to mention real quick, there is a functioning dungeon in the game, which I did not expect. I found it in the snow biome, and that's where I got these daggers. It's like a full-on like cultist dungeon. Like they were doing a seance when I walked in. And then I went down this cave, and it was a full-on dungeon experience down there, looting chests, finding gear.
There's a lot. No, there's a lot.
I haven't seen any others. I've explored all over. I've seen like some generated structures. Like I found the sewers in the Deadlands, but like none of them were exactly like this one. Like this one was very much you walk in the door, here's combat, you go into room, here's more combat, find loot, find secrets. Like, it was more than just walk in, kill the enemies, and loot the chests.
The two ones that sound very similar like that are, one, there are these towers. They're mostly in the... I found one in the second world right near spawn, but it's mostly... This is the type
of the skeleton tower.
It's a skeleton tower, yeah. With a lot of
in there too, yeah.
In the jungle, or not jungle, the desert. The other one, there's a... It might be the same one. Is it like a crypt with a bunch of dead people?
Kinda, yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Because that's what I found. Like, it's like a graveyard with a...
So it's
like a catacombs type of thing.
I think that's kind of like it, yeah.
That's the one I found. So I don't know if maybe that's the same one you're talking about then. But yeah, there's a good bit of stuff like that already, which is so nice. But let's talk about the daggers. So the daggers are very fast. You kind of spam them. Your ultimate is you just kind of charge forward and you do two big, like, dash, like, just take them both, like, cut their neck off type of thing. And then their ultimate. You want to talk about their ultimate because you've used them way more?
Yes. So the ultimate is... I don't know really how to describe it. It's very much... like, it keeps that kind of fast-paced feel. It does, like, two big slashes and then a kind of lunge, really. And it's good, but I feel like the main problem with it is a lot of times, because it's kind of like three separate, like, attacks in the ultimate, you end up attacking through the enemy twice, and then the third one just doesn't hit, and that's the one that does the big damage. So... all in all, it's like, cool, I'm just kind of attacking normally then. Like, it's not doing all of the damage that an ultimate should be.
Another reason why I haven't used the daggers as much is the knockback is a little crazy sometimes. Like, it just launches you back, and I'm like, I just kind of want to stay in their face. Like, I'm taking damage now because there's one with a bow and arrow. Now I'm taking damage because I got knocked back after they blocked my dual wield daggers.
Yeah.
But, these are definitely one of the most interesting ones for sure. I'm just excited to see more options. Like I said, there's two-handed, all of these other things. I don't know if they have abilities though, actually. So let me take the katana. And is there anything else about combat that you want to talk about?
I think here
just to get you more excited, I'm using the katana. The katana has a completely different stance. It swipes left, and the charge is like you have to fully charge it up, and it like just stabs. It's not
that's sick.
I don't know if he had
ability.
Awesome. I'll let you know because I have not been able to figure out how to summon things in creative. That's kind of my problem. But I'll go around and kill some things.
Yeah. What do you think about a lot of the different designs? Like, do you have like a favorite of the categories? Like the different ores and stuff?
That's a good question. I definitely really like generally just mithril, right? It's right. I haven't used it. I really like that. But for the actual like branch, I gotta say the battle axes. I really like the way the battle axes look.
They look pretty sick, yeah.
And I just like how unique they are too. It is so much more than just a recolor. It is its
Yeah, they all have like their own full-on models.
Skits.
But yeah, for me, I really like the daggers designs. I mean, I've been using daggers for that one of those main reasons, but like a lot of the designs are just super sick. I mean, just look at them. Like even the ones I'm using now, like the curved blade and everything, it's awesome. As for ores though, the adamantite stuff is my favorite series, like across all the weapons. Like the adamantite sword looks like a katana. Like it just has that like fiery vibe to it. The blades are always like curved. It just looks sick.
There's a scythe in here I see, and this is what makes it's a full scythe. Oh, I just swung it and it spun around. Oh no.
Dude.
It's called a void scythe. This thing's insane. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh, it's gonna be so awesome when they finally add this stuff.
Like literally, let me know when you finally get to creative, because I just want you to look through this craft, like the inventory. Is just if they just added what's there in game already, but in survival, instantly like would be my favorite. I think.
Yeah.
But when we have more of it, and it's gonna be even more fleshed out and more magic and range, because right now there is clear shot arrow, crude arrow, deadeye arrow, and an iron arrow, and true shot. There's a bunch of arrows, but only a crude arrow works. It was like, when we get all of that, oh my gosh. Okay, so what time are we at?
10 minutes.
Okay, so combat, great. We'll talk more about it when it gets a little bit more fleshed out and we experience it. We will be doing another episode probably in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Some of the building and some of the creative aspects of this game then for the final bit.
Mm-hmm.
How much building have you done?
So I have done a little bit of building. Obviously, it's not my main focus because I'm more of an RPG person. But when I started out, I told you already, I basically fixed up like a shack that I found. It was like a orc goblin like spawn point. I literally, what I did is I tore down like the broken parts and then I repaired it, made it all symmetrical, made some roofs, like it made it into an actual shack. I built a tent out of the scraps from said hut, and then I lived there until I kind of reached the end of progression to what I could, and then I went up on a hill and made an actual house. So now I have like a good actual building that I have constructed.
I just keep using more weapons, and there's a flail, and its charge up is just spinning it till you spam it. This is insane. So yeah, my building was pretty much one of the first things I did was I wanted to build a little hut. And then I didn't realize how many crafting stations there were. And after I built my house, I realized I did not have enough room. Because you need way more room. So then
with the shack too.
I built a basement and I dug that out. I made it wide enough or long enough that I could, place like 4 or 5 crafting stations on each side. Because yes, the crafting stations are the same, but certain things like furnaces or the leather bench, I have multiple of just because it makes it go faster.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm currently working on my main actual house. That will be my final house, and that's kind of my final goal of playing this till I get to my second playthrough, and now I know what I'm doing a little bit. And one other big thing I really need to work on is the storage and how storage works, because storage works so much different and so much better.
Mm-hmm. It is so amazing. Like,
by the way, I think it's coming in Terraria 1.4.5. I think it will reach through chests. Like if you just...
That'd be awesome.
There's a lot of inventory changes coming with 1.4.5, so definitely excited for that. It's not Hytale though, because that update has been in the progress of 3 years, and we have not had any news on Hytale in 4. Yeah. So they did not steal Hytale. Hytale stuff. But no. So pretty much what I'm talking about is when you open up crafting stations, it will pull from chests. And after today, they almost doubled it. So you can have an entire storage room, which is what I think my goal be, is have like a corner of my house be chests. And then the floor above it or below it would be the crafting station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, when I built my house, it's all like in a corner. So like I built like a kind of like log cabin style thing. And then my second floor is like a loft area. So I have 2 lofts. One of them is my bedroom. And then the other one is kind of the workspace. I have all my crafting stations up here. And then I have my storage up here as well. And every single crafting station up here after the update, as of now, can reach every single one of my chests. So I just come up here, use the quick start function, mind you, which is freaking amazing that they have that on launch, to office everything into my chests. And then I just go to my crafting stations and build what I want to build. It's so nice, so easy. I don't have to go and pull like individual items out. I don't have to look at recipes to see what I need. It just tells me if I have the stuff to build it, and I just craft it.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. JJ, they have a blunderbuss, which is like a shotgun cool animation where you shove like the pellet into it and like pound.
That's so sick.
There's so much. The guns are a bit much, though. They're doing 60 damage a shot. It's one-shotting everything. Anyway, so, yeah, no, it's so nice, and especially after today, I've built that, and then my friends were to build a little cabin that had, like, 2 layers of loft. This one, I'm going to have, like, 3 different layers. I want to try this is pretty much the reason why it's my final thing, is I've done some combat, I've done some crafting. I really want to dive deep into building and explore building, furniture and everything. I want to make like a full nice house with the roofs. And I think that will like give me a little bit of everything. By the way, that's another thing I want to talk about with the crafting and not the crafting, the building. Mm-hmm. It's so nice. I literally said this in my stream earlier. one thing that annoys me about Minecraft is the fact that, yes, I understand that they want the community to do their own thing, right? They want freedom. Do you know what would give us freedom? Giving us a chair. I either have to use a stair and put 2 sides on it, or if I want to make it sit down, I have to put a minecart down and then do some stuff there. There is no way to sit in Minecraft. Now, you're probably like, oh, but I sit here. That's through add-ons. That's through commands. I should not have to change the base game to make me sit. That's
Yeah. There's a reason that so many furniture add-ons and mods is because it's kind of one of the most wanted things for the game in general, and they just haven't done it, which is like a huge, like, stupid mistake, because that would make them so much more money. Like, imagine the amount of people that would come back to decorate these houses just because furniture was added.
I just sniped a bird out of the sky and then it just like exploded with feathers with the gun. I'm having too much fun. Another thing that Hytale has that Minecraft still does not have, vertical slabs.
On launch, vertical slabs, and a way to preview where how the block's orientation will place before you actually place it. Freaking amazing. Thank you very much, Hytale.
Let's also talk about the roofs, because Minecraft, I feel like I've always struggled with the roofs, and one of that is just because it's like 3D and it's just kind of hard to do. It's like a combination of slabs and stairs and blocks. Hytale has roof blocks. For almost every block in the game, it has a normal roof, steep roof, and flat roof.
Which, very, very nice. Very nice feature. All of my house uses the roof for the top, covering. And I use basically every kind of roof there is to try and kind of match everything up and make it neat. So I've used the steep, I've used the shallow, and I've used the flat.
So steep is super tall. The normal roof's whatever, flat's flat, and then shallow is too wide.
Basically, it works on a 2-block radius. So the shallow ones go across 2 blocks, and then the steep ones go up 2 blocks, and then the regular ones you have the flat and the obviously just single kind of block.
Like a normal stair type of thing.
Yeah.
I will say, not the best item right now due to it being not incorporated very well. It is very buggy with the models. But again, work in progress. It's okay. It's just the fact that it's there.
Yeah.
It's so nice. The build.
Yes, it's very nice. It looks so much better because of it.
There's a lot of other things with building. I haven't gone super in depth. Let's see. And then also, there's another big thing about building that's in this game. That's again, Terraria has. I don't know why Minecraft, you need a special command to get this. The hammer. Have you made the hammer?
I've not made one, but I've seen a lot of footage of it being.
So the hammer just changes through the model. So Minecraft, it's a debug stick. It's just so nice. And it's not just direction. You know how you have the stone bricks, but then you have the smooth one, but then you also have a chiseled one. You just cycle between them. So I don't have to break it to switch it out.
Yeah.
It is so nice. What time are we at?
We are at 57.
All right. So, Hytale, great game. Is there anything you want to get to before we kind of ramble about mods and what we're going to cover next time?
Not really. I mean, Hypixel Studios did freaking amazing. This was awesome, and especially throwing it together in such a short time.
They also made this thing. I don't know about you, and I've seen a lot of people agree with this sentiment. I really thought when they said the progression's broken, I thought we were going to have stone tools and that's about it. I really thought this was going to be way more bare bones than what it was. This is a playable version, way more than what they said, and this is almost I would consider this a complete version. Not saying that it doesn't have plenty of room for growth, but if this was a full game, I'd be okay with it.
As of right now, and I don't say this to belittle it at all, it is the equivalent of one of those mobile kind of block game equivalents. It doesn't have a lot to it, but it is a full complete game and you can play it and have fun. This one just has so much more ahead of it.
I'm just so excited. And part of that is mods. I just want to point out real quick, I don't know if you've been on CurseForge. Number one, Minecraft with 253,000 mods and 100 billion downloads. Not surprising. Then you have Palworld, which has been out for a little while, right? 389 mods, and 5.4 million downloads. Hytale has 1,200 mods and 3 million downloads already. Damn. JJ, there's some other numbers. Have you seen what launch day was like? Have you seen that number?
Yes.
Just before we get that number, Simon announced before the game release that from pre-orders alone, he was able to add another 2 years of funding to the project because they was expecting 1 million, maybe. Simon, I don't know, it probably was higher, expected, estimated with the admins tab, 2.8 million people on launch day played Hytale. So
it's freaking crazy.
Saying dead on release, explain to me what 2.8 million means. Because that does not mean dead in any sense of the mean. 2.8 million for early access.
Absolutely wild.
It's already in a week. So we're coming towards the end. Make sure you join the Discord because, now that we've covered it, we will be updating you with every update that happens with Hytale in the server. We just haven't done that because we wanted to get an episode out because we haven't talked to each other. So now that we've talked to each other about it, we'll be updating you. So join the Discord. Next time, we're going to be covering a lot more in depth. We'll have more time, first impressions out of the way. We have a little bit more time to dive deep into it. We probably will have 1 or 2 updates. We'll probably I'm going to play with mods by then. I don't know about you. At least mess around with some. One of them I'm definitely going to download is an increased stack size. For sticks and stuff. But if you guys want to hear more about that, make sure you join the Discord and subscribe, hit the bell on whatever you're watching on YouTube. Twitch. We're going to stream now.
Yeah, totally. Live stream.
We're live streaming our episodes on Twitch. JK, that's never happening. I'm never joining Twitch like that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to know about that, go watch our Twitch episode. We had one somewhere.
That's so right, we did. Oh. Anyway, Hytale Podcast now, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.